Hey, hey, hey! We are live. TJ Hoban here with Max Your Metabolism, a very special live stream that I do exclusively for Healthy Fit Club. So, please like and share Healthy Fit Club if you haven't already. This is an exclusive program that I've created for Healthy Fit Club to help you achieve the body that you want and maintain it year-round. These are the exact principles that I've been utilizing for the last 20 years myself, and that I've actually helped other clients with as well. Many of these methods are out there on the internet, and some of which are ones that I've developed myself. And so welcome to Max Your Metabolism. Hey Thomas, what's up, buddy? Good seeing you. Welcome to Max Your Metabolism. Last episode was dedicated to eating right to max your metabolism, and I touched down on how simple sugars and carbs spike your insulin and literally shuts off your fat burning mechanisms, so that your body actually can't burn fat. And so in order to stay in ketosis, which is a fancy way of saying burning off fat for readily available energy, there's a certain way to eat to do so. Obviously, fasted cardio first thing in the morning or fasted training is an effective way of tapping into those fat cells, those stubborn fat cells. Having your last meal 12 hours before that session, sometime the night before, say at 8 p.m., and then training first thing in the morning, 8 in the morning, will really help tap into those lower levels of fat that you've been trying to get rid of around your tummy or trouble areas. Obviously, not having anything to spike your blood sugar, your insulin before that workout is going to be pivotal, because you don't want to shut off your fat burning mechanisms, because your body's just going to start burning that readily available sugar. So, first thing in the morning, water, black coffee, okay. Anything else? Save it for after the workout. Great time for some carbs right after the workout, and obviously some protein and some aminos to continue building up those muscles. So, for a refresher on how to eat to max your metabolism, check out episode 2, which you can find in my feed or in Healthy Fit Club's feed. And this episode now is dedicated to training to max your metabolism. So, what is the proper way to train to jumpstart your metabolism? So, people are typically kind of shocked when I tell them that I only train for 30 minutes a day. At the end of the day, you would understand if you saw the way I train, because it is all about intensity level. Okay, it's not about how long you're in the gym. It's about how intense you are moving through your workouts, and part of that has to do with not just the intensity of while you're training, but the amount of time that you're taking for rest in between. Okay, and so how do you train to max your metabolism, right? Well, there's something called EPOC, which I've mentioned in the past, excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. And that is just a fancy way of saying that it's a fancy way of calling it an afterburn. So the calories that your body burns after you work out to bring it back to homeostasis. And so let's just say you do a crazy kickbox style workout for an hour and you burn 1,000 calories. Okay, your body's not just going to stop burning calories from that workout immediately. It's going to take a while to cool down and get back to homeostasis, and that adds to EPOC. That adds to that calorie burn after the workout, which also adds to your calorie deficit if you're looking to lose weight. As I mentioned, weight loss is a numbers game, right? But it's more than a numbers game. It's not just calories in, calories out. It's quality of calories. It's ratio of calories, right? But the flip side of that is you want to train to jumpstart that metabolism, and then obviously you want to eat to keep those fat burning mechanisms going, right? And so what is the proper way to train to maximize your EPOC, your afterburn, the calories that you're putting in the bank after you've done your workouts, right? And so there are certain specific ways to train that'll help elevate that EPOC, that afterburn, that calorie burn, that'll continue to put calories in the bank for you and add to your calorie deficit. And then if you're watching what you're eating and eating low glycemic and also on a restricted calorie diet for weight loss, then it's going to enable your fat burning mechanisms to crank around the clock and keep you more in ketosis longer, which is converting fat into energy longer. And so the way to train to do that, it's very specific, right? So regardless of whether you're doing a cardio session on a treadmill or an elliptical or a kickbox class or weight training, resistance training, or a HIIT circuit, it's all about intensity, all right? Minimal rest and intensity, okay? When I see someone get on a treadmill and set it for 40 minutes and go like a hamster on a wheel at 3.5 miles an hour while they're watching Oprah, to me, it's like, why are you even doing it? Because in all honesty, the body is very, very intuitive. It's smart. It's designed to only burn the amount of calories it needs to, and that's part of a safety mechanism for survival that's hardwired into us, right? And so, how do you trick the body? How do you trick the body to be not so efficient, not holding on to this energy? How do you trick the body to expend the most amount of calories during the workout and after the workout? Well, interval training is very effective for that. So if you're on a tread, for example, don't set the thing to 40 minutes, all right? You want to switch up the speeds and the intensity, say every minute. Or if you're doing resistance training, weight training, and your hypertrophy training, where you're literally tearing your muscles down to build them up back bigger and stronger, all right? It's all about minimal rest, all right? So for me personally, I break up my workouts on 3 different days. So I do back and bis, chest and tris, legs and shoulders, right? And those are my 3 days. And then I repeat them 3 days in a row again, and those are my 6 days of weight training a week. So I do every body part twice a week. For most people, once a week per body part is fine. That's more than enough. But the key is to do something that activates your EPOC every 24 hours. Because if you're training a certain way to jumpstart your EPOC and jumpstart your metabolism and get that EPOC cranking for the next 24 hours after your session, you want to get another session in before that EPOC times out, before your body reaches homeostasis once again. And so the ways to maximize EPOC is get your heart rate zone up and around your 84-85% of your max heart rate for 15 to 20 minutes a day. And if you can do that, you're going to activate EPOC and you're going to be burning calories for the next 24 hours, right? And so whether you're on the treadmill, whether you're in the gym, whatever kind of workout you're doing, just remember a general rule of thumb. 15 to 20 minutes a day, 85% of your max heart rate, and that's it. Jumpstart your metabolism, get your EPOC cranking around the clock for the next 24, 36 hours. And as long as you're working out again within the next 24 hours, you're perpetually in EPOC, man. Other things that add to EPOC is repairing your muscles, okay? And so if you're doing resistance training and you're actually breaking down your muscle fibers, it takes a lot of energy to actually heal and to rebuild, which adds to the afterburn, which adds to the calories in the bank. So hours, days after you rip apart your muscle, it's still healing, which adds to the calorie burn required to bring you back to homeostasis. So you know what? There's 2 parts here. Getting that heart rate zone up and around that 85% of your max for 15 to 20 minutes a day, and resistance training, believe it or not. Girls, don't be afraid of resistance training, whether it's weights, bands, any kind of resistance training. You're not going to turn into a man if you start pumping the iron, I promise you. The only time you're going to turn into a man is if you start taking super physiological doses of hormones, okay? So a lot of these, I hate to say it, fit women that you see on Instagram that are just shredded and jacked, sometimes they supplement with stuff that is not great for their bodies, specifically their baby makers. And so got to get those ideas out of your head, make the most of what you've got, right? And to do it in a way that's healthy, so that you can maintain it for life, all right? Not just for a photo shoot, not for a wedding, not for a vacation, but for life, all right? And so the key here when training is literally tearing that muscle down. And so you want to incorporate some form of resistance training in your regimen, without a doubt. And it should be a full, well-rounded body approach. You want symmetry, right? Another fit tip, actually, training legs. Legs are the biggest muscle movers, the biggest muscle, right? When you train legs, it's exhausting, it's painful. Nobody likes to train legs because it wipes you out. But in doing so, you burn a tremendous amount of calories, and it actually activates your own production of hormones, elevates your HGH levels, your testosterone levels. And yes, women have testosterone, and when women have really low levels of test, they start putting on weight everywhere. So if you don't know what your hormone levels are and you're at a certain age, you might want to go to your doctor and run a wellness panel and find out where you're at. And there are natural herbs that will help elevate your hormones and balance your hormones if you think that is an issue. Getting back to the training, okay? So remember, EPOC is all about intensity, okay? And so there's no reason why you should not be able to be in and out of the gym within 30 minutes and to get that heart rate up to your 85% of your max heart rate zone for 15 to 20 minutes of that 30. You know, you got a 5-minute warm up, 5-minute cool down, right? And then the 20 minutes just nonstop blazing, okay? When I train, I do not rest. So if it's a chest and tri day, I superset everything. I go from one set of chest, one exercise, and everything's a superset. So I'll start heavy, I'll drop the weight, I'll do another set, I'll drop the weight, I'll do another set with no rest. And let's just say that's a chest exercise, and then I'll jump right into my tricep exercise while my chest is recovering, but my heart rate is raging and elevated, and I'll jump right into my tris. And I'll start heavy, I'll drop it, and then I'll drop it again. And I'll do 3 drop sets for each exercise. And so those 2 exercises, 3 drop sets each, is one superset, okay? I'll repeat that whole process 4 times, and I'm done with those 2 exercises, and I'll move on to 2 more exercises in the chest and tri range, right? And so I'll do that multiple times throughout my workout. So I'll choose like 6 different exercises, 3 of them for chest, 3 of them for tris, and I'll superset, drop set everything. Obviously, I want to hit the muscle in a proportionate, symmetrical way, and so I'm really conscious about how I'm hitting the muscles and the isolations that I'm choosing, right? But that is just to give you an idea of the rate and intensity at which I train. And so whether you're doing cardio, whether you're doing weight training, whether you're doing hikes up a mountain, whatever it is, be conscious of your heart rate and your intensity, right? You want to push that heart rate up around 85% of your max for 20 minutes a day. And if you can do that, you're perpetually going to be in EPOC, perpetually going to be burning calories. So how many calories can you burn in EPOC, right? Let's just say you're training right, you're doing this incredible resistance HIIT training session, which, by the way, is the way to maximize EPOC. Resistance HIIT training is the way to maximize EPOC, that calorie burn. So you want to incorporate that into your regimen if weight loss and body toning and being lean and shredded year-round is your goal, okay? So you want to incorporate some resistance, you want to keep it moving, and minimal rest, get that heart rate up to 85% of your max, crank it out 20 minutes a day, and you're golden. The flip side to that is, while your fat burners are cranking, don't shut them off by eating a bunch of sugar, spike your insulin. No, you want to eat low glycemic, keep those fat burners going. So how many calories can you burn after your workout? Let's just say you burn 1,000 during your cardio kickbox class, which is a lot, you know, but guys can easily burn 1,000, women a little more difficult. You can burn up to about 15%. My research shows you can burn up about 15% additional calories through EPOC based upon how intense you're training. That's calories in the bank, and that's just from elevating your heart rate. Now, if you're breaking down your muscles and they have to heal, you can add to that. And so it's all found money, baby, found calories. And so you want to continue to train with minimal rest, high intensity, and you want to break your muscles down and elevate that heart rate 85% of your max, 20 minutes a day. That's my biggest secret. Keep it moving. So whether I'm training myself or I'm training my clients, I keep it moving. I elevate that heart rate and I do not let it drop until we're done. Okay? That's the key. Elevate the heart rate and don't let it drop until we're done. Here's a fit tip. If you feel your heart rate dropping and let's just say in between exercises and you have to wait, or somebody jumped on your bench or whatever, jog in place, do burpees in place, keep it moving, do fast feet, punch it out, do something, but keep that heart rate going. Do not let it drop. And here's one more fit tip. If you do not have a Fitbit or a heart rate monitor or an Apple Watch or whatever, and by the way, a lot of these heart rate monitors aren't that accurate. The best, most accurate ones are the ones that strap to your chest. Unfortunately, the ones worn around the wrist aren't quite there yet. They're more of a law of averages thing. But let's just say you don't have a heart rate monitor strapped to your chest or on your wrist. It's okay. Here's a layman's way of figuring out if you're in that optimal heart rate zone that you want to be in to maximize EPOC, which is your 85% of your max. If you cannot have a conversation with somebody without taking a deep breath, a gasp, right? Then you're probably right about where you want to be. All right? You want to be able to communicate and not be like dying, but you should not be able to have a conversation without gasping for air, right? And another way to look at 85% of your max heart rate is 85% of your max effort. And don't underestimate yourself, all right? Because if you were running for your life, you'd be surprised what your max really is, okay? Or if, God forbid, a car ran over your child, you'd lift that car right off of you, and that's obviously superhuman strength. But on a daily, we don't live our life like that. But you should know that you obviously can do a lot more than you think that you're capable of. On that note, though, don't hurt yourself and try to do too much. So, 85% of your max heart rate, 85% of your max intensity, max strength, max all out, whatever you got. So 85% of that is also, 85% of your intensity is also an easy way of saying 85% of your max heart rate. And you should not be able to have a conversation without breathing heavy. That's the layman's way to determine it. Next week, next Thursday at 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern, I am going to take you into the gym. And I'm going to show you some cool workouts that utilize Max Your Metabolism, that utilize EPOC and HIIT training and whatnot. And so, stay tuned next week. I'm going to continue this series. Episode 4 is going to be inside the gym. So you're going to get to go inside the gym with me. And I'm going to give you a really cool cardio workout that you can do anywhere. You can do it on the street, on the mountain. You can do it on an elliptical. You can do it on your treadmill. All right? And this will help you maximize your fat loss and your EPOC. So stay tuned for next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. And I will take you inside the gym and give you those little sneak peek on, and a great workout that you can do moving forward forever, right? And that's yours to keep. So if you haven't already, please like and share Healthy Fit Club. It is a community of the world's top doctors, nutritionists, trainers, industry professionals, healers. It's an incredible group of people. We're there to give you unadulterated, pure, science-backed information on health and wellness. So, like and share Healthy Fit Club. God bless you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you tuning in. I hope you have an absolute amazing day. So here's to a stronger body, a stronger mind, and a stronger life. It's time to power up, baby. And I'll see you next Thursday, 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern, right here. And I'm going to take you inside the gym for Max Your Metabolism, Episode 4. So don't miss it. God bless you. I love you. Have a beautiful day. And, Ryan, I will answer this while I got you. Ryan asks, do I eat dairy? Typically, I don't eat dairy. My own personal philosophy is that dairy is not ideal for humans. We're the only creature on the planet that still drinks milk beyond the age of childhood, and it's not even from another human being. It's from a four-legged furry animal. So I think there are much more efficient and effective ways to get vitamin D and calcium. And so for a long time, we've been told that that's the best way because it's added to it. But really, all they're trying to do is sell milk by adding it to it. You can get that from other sources. Dairy in and of itself, you can do your own research, particularly European studies out of Europe, link dairy to brain disease, dementia, a bunch of other things later in life, not to mention the lactose and other issues, possibly ADD with kids and a lot of other things. And so I would look into dairy on your own time. For me, I don't eat dairy. It's also bloating. even the fat-free stuff, which by the way is loaded with chemicals. I don't eat dairy myself. I try to do plant-based proteins. I will do some dairy protein, particularly the hydrolyzed, because of its bioavailability. It's very it readily absorbable into the muscle right after. If I have a big shoot coming up, I will do an iso whey isolate, like hydro iso whey, like ISO 100 from Dymatize. Shout out David Morin. It's a great protein. It's rapidly absorbed into the muscle. If I'm training for something and I need to look at my very, very best, and I got like 2 or 3 weeks to do so, I will use some dairy. But typically, I don't do dairy. Look, if you're looking to lose weight, if you're looking to lose fat, or if you just want to get lean and built and even bigger, it doesn't matter. If you want thin skin, you got to drop dairy and red meat from your diet, period. Red meat doesn't digest that well. Dairy is bloating. It's very fattening. Cheese is pure fat. You might as well stick it straight to your butt, because that's where it's going. So I digress. No dairy, Ryan. And Eddie, you are welcome, brother. You are welcome. Adrian, God bless you. Nathan, thanks for stopping by. Jonathan Radner, always a pleasure, brother. Niffy, God bless you. And Thomas, man, it's good seeing you. Good seeing all my friends from Healthy Fit Club as well. Love you guys. I will see you next Thursday. Same bat time, same bat channel. Keep it healthy, keep it fit. I love you.